So I just got 2 gold bottle caps. Pretty good. Cost me pretty much over $500,000 polka dollars, but I mean, that's fine. It's kind of fine that that's the case, because, I mean, there's 2 gold bottle caps. The funny thing is, I don't really use gold bottle caps for anything. You know, I mean, I might use them on physical attackers, because, like, of course, the play rough, not the foul play, the play rough, foul play thing. But yeah, we are just going to be continuing on our shiny hunting for Greninja today. Not sure how long tonight's stream is going to be. Mostly for the reason of we already streamed a little earlier today. I actually have done a decent amount of recording for the Splatoon Let's Play. So, yeah, we are once again back to recording series. Okay, Goldie. Have fun, Lurky. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun getting back into recording. Also, what did you guys think of the Elite Battle League preseason interview? Because that went up today. And I highly encourage you guys to go checking it out, because Elite Battle League battles are going to be starting in about a week. And I've gotten my teams prepared, ready to go, and we're doing okay with it. We're definitely doing okay with it. Rookie. Yeah, I think we might do maybe like an hour or so stream today. It's going to be relatively shortish. Kind of bring back the days of the good old days of the freaking 2 streams in a day of summer. I might actually bring those back at some point, but I'm not positive if I will, because those were massively draining on my energy when I did those 2 streams in a day, because it was 2 streams a day in addition to recording and editing and scripting. It was a lot of work. But I mean, it was fun. It helped grow the channel. But yeah. We doing a little... Oh. Start replay buffer. We're doing okay. We do a little bit of shiny hunting today. Hey Ash, how you doing? Thank you very much for that. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. I think that's the last of these Froakie eggs. Dude. Hey Stephanie Beckman, how you doing? If you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like. And yep, that is all of them here. I really cannot wait until we get home, because it's going to make releasing these a lot easier. Much easier. But, I mean, that's going to happen eventually. It's going to be about later in the month is when we're, next month is when we're going to get access to home. We don't know when yet, but I am expecting the day that the eShop goes down for the DS is the day that we're actually going to get home compatibility. Oh, thank you very much, Raphael. What'd you think of it? Because, yeah, the Elite Battle League, I'm new to it this year, but I've been watching a lot of the guys' battles historically, because I do enjoy studying my opponent's battle history so I can plan best to defeat them. Because after all, they can vaguely study my battle history, but I can study their battle history more, because they know me as a double battler. They don't really know my single battle history style and tactics. So, I can outbrain. I can outbrain that way. But, I mean, the other part of it is that, you know, I'm not as well versed in singles, which is another thing. You know, it's like, I'm predominantly used to double battles. So single battles is a bit of an outside my comfort zone sort of thing. But it's going to be interesting. I've been planning for the first several battles. I have my team sheets already organized for, okay, this is what my plays are going to be. These are my potential options. And this is what I got to look out for. But I also know that I'm probably going to get steamrolled in one of the weeks, because the only week I'm not looking forward to is the one where I'm facing Humberto, which, those who don't know, Humberto is Lionheart Plays. So the guy that I was actually doing the interview with is the person I am least looking forward to battling. Because he is the reigning champion of the EBL. You're not shiny, are you? No, you're not. No, no, you're just standing in the middle of the road, you little Omar. You little second stage Omar. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. First opponent is gonna be Doorman, so that's gonna be fun. My least favorable looking matchup is honestly looking to be his. You know, that's the one match I'm kind of worrying the most about of my entire set, is actually my first run matchup. So, Doorman's got me scared. Doorman's got me vaguely scared. But yeah, I actually need to go and prepare those teams. I've prepared most of my team for this one, so there is that, which is I have going for me. My only thing I still need to go do, though, is get more used to just battling without items, because that's what the EBL's like main thing is. It's single battles, you can Dynamax, but there is no items, which means I don't need to worry about things like Focus Sash, I don't need to worry about things like Choice Band, Life Orb, Damage Reduction Berries, Leftovers, and things like that. Which is good for me, because it means that I can have a little bit of an easier time damage calculating things. You know, okay, feeling out, okay, this is what I need to live certain things, this is how much damage I can do at maximum. They will not, you know, have ways of bodying certain hits outside of, like, forcing switches. But the other thing is, it also means I can't run things like Focus Sash. I can't run things like Damage Reduction Berries. I can't run things like my absolute unit Gastrodon build. I'm doing pretty well today, Lucas. I'm doing well. Oh, Robert, did you just change your icon? The usual is good, Lucas. The usual is good. Yeah, not my favorite health item. I can't use the Rocky Helmet. But, I mean, the benefit is I don't need to deal with Focus Sash. Like, I mean, more of the benefit of the Focus Sash being gone is I don't need to deal with Choice Scarf. Like, the Choice Scarf simply not existing in the format is a huge relief for me. Because for as good as the Focus, the Choice Scarf is for, like, on my teams, it often ends up being I'm running a Choice Scarf on my lineup specifically because, well, something else could Choice Scarf as well, and I need to outpace their Scarf if they're running a Choice Scarf. So, if there is no Choice Scarf in play, I already know the speed tables. I already know exactly how fast everything can be and how fast I need to have my team be. Which is good. But again, the other thing is, I can't use Damage Reduction Berries, which means I don't have as, like, my glassier options, need a little bit of protecting. You know, the Muppets have been around. Yep, the Muppets have been around for a freaking long time. They've been... It's like when you remember, oh yeah, Godzilla was a thing that came out in 1954. Old stuff. Yeah, Godzilla's 1 year older than the Muppets. Yeah, I'm thinking we're probably going to do, like, maybe one box of eggs or something like that. I'm not sure how long this thing's actually going to be. I do want to kind of keep up the Pokemon, you know, mindset, grind set stuff and get working on, like, eggs and stuff. So we're doing that. But yeah, we're going okay. It's going to be okay. Kermit is an OG. Yep, Kermit is freaking old. Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog. We're doing okay, though. I have vague ideas for tomorrow's stream. Because tomorrow is my grandma's birthday. So we're not going to be live at our usual time. The day is going to be a little bit messed up. Salmon bonus rewards thing. Is that thing making... Oh my gosh. Yeah, after this stream ends, Mudkip, I will be doing a bit I will be doing a bit of Salmon Run. So that'll be fun. I look forward to Salmon Run with you again, Mudkip. But yeah, I definitely think like the slowdown that all the Grizzco weapons bring is a little problematic. If they ever want to do it again, I think what they're gonna need to do is they're gonna need to either dial back the salmon spawns or just do something to prevent the slowdown from happening. Because that slowdown is really bad. Like, we had multiple, like, 14, 15 frames a second moments. And my computer was kind of struggling to render all that. Like, not really render everything, but just, like, it was causing the software to freak out. What would happen if Kermit was fused with Mickey Mouse? Oh, that would be terrifying. I wouldn't want to see that, Raphael. I don't think anyone would want to see that. That is what pure nightmares are constructed of. Hey, Nito, how you doing? And again, guys, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Nope, jukes. Yeah, the lag is real with Salmon Run. I mean, I love Salmon Run. It's a fun game. It is super fun, especially with, like, for as frustrating as all Grizzco can be, with just, like, yeah, you end up losing because you just don't have ink escape routes, it's still really, really damn fun. It's really, really fun. Pokemon Home, but I have no idea how to swap Pokemon into Scarlet. There's no home compatibility for Scarlet yet, Nito. Yeah, you cannot put Pokemon from Home into Scarlet and Violet yet. We were actually talking about that a little bit earlier in the stream. Home compatibility is coming out in a couple of weeks. Kermit with Mickey Mouse's voice. No! I don't want to hear that, Raphael. Yeah, every time a new game comes out, home compatibility is not enabled for for a few months. The main reason that they do that is if you could just import literally everything from home, no one would really play the game beyond beating the game. Because, okay, I'm just going to import everything. Okay. 2 weeks later, everything's done. There's nothing else to do. So, by having the home be delayed, it encourages people to actually play the game and not just import everything and then basically forget about the game. And that's what my OP Swordmons between my alts, and now they won't listen. How far is your other game then? Is your other game not far? Because if you put them back on the other file, they'll obey you. You need the badges for that. But also, guys, again, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Shiny Reaction compilation is going to go out next week. That's going to be fun. I am wondering what the next, so what do you guys? No, he put them in home. He's talking about, I'm assuming he's talking about Sword and Shield. I'm assuming he put his Pokemon from Sword in Pokemon Home, and then from Home transferred them into his Shield version, or vice versa, and now they just won't obey him because he's not far enough in one of the games to have the badges. I'm assuming that's what it is. Yeah, that explains it. Yeah, you don't have the badges, sure the Pokemon will not obey you yet. Yeah, he's talking about Sword and Shield. He's not talking about Scarlet Violet. That'll be 20 eggs down. But yeah, we're definitely doing well. We got a couple of eggs. We got a couple stuff and things. I'm hoping... But yeah, now we are over odds. Should put a restriction on only transfer. They should just put a restriction on only transfer to the same gen. The thing, I'm glad that they actually do have the lockout of home. Because you gotta remember, it isn't just things like that. It also is things like the GTS. It's things like compatibility with Go. There's a number of things that it is done for. Because the other thing is, if Home wasn't compatible with Sword and Shield, and then... Okay, if Home was compatible with Scarlet and Violet, but you couldn't bring in stuff from other games, there really wouldn't be any reason why people would want that home compatibility. People want the home compatibility so they could transfer stuff from the previous games into the modern games. Things like the extra releasing options of the mass releasing like 60, 30 Pokemon, it is helpful, but it's something that is really only useful to a fairly small number of us. You know, it's really only useful to us shiny hunters. It's a convenience thing, but really opening up home and then restricting the ability to bring Pokemon in would just confuse a lot of people for a couple of months, which is likely why they still have it locked out. Not saying it's a good idea, but I am saying it does make sense why they would do it. Captain, Tin Cannon, Iron Bundle, cosplay, Salty, Wondershare Glamora. I like that name. Wondershare Glamora. I approve that name. I'm very bad at picking up like ideas for that. I'm very bad at picking like ideas for like teams. I mean, aside from like a dedicated sit down like team top to bottom overhaul. Give me my shiny game. We are over odds. I mean, Greninja has been both so far. These hunts have been over odds. I really only want to transfer Mons into Scarlet so I can beat the game. But I mean, the thing is, they still wouldn't obey. They still wouldn't obey you depending on how high level they are. Because if they're over a certain level cap, they just will not obey you. Which is sort of the issue. What do you mean? What do you mean about the Dondozo nerf? I mean, that's more of a bug that exists with the move order up, more than anything. Your name's Salty because Petrels are Seabird and Seabird are Salty. Makes sense. Makes sense. I'm just bad with nicknames in general. It's one of the reasons why you will see me just not naming things in my Let's Plays of Pokemon. You will not really see me nicknaming Pokemon unless it is in the Let's Plays. And even then, I still at times will struggle to come up with names for that. That they need to buy a second console. There should be a loophole. It should be evolved. Trade-offs at home. I agree. You don't really need to buy a second console. You can actually get you can actually get every single trade evolution in the game. They're all in Terra Raids. You can get Gengar in Terra Raids, Scizor in Terra Raids, Slowking in Terra Raids. You can even get Palafin in Terra Raids. So you actually can also get Armarouge in Terra Raids in Violet, and you can get Ceruledge Terra Raids in Scarlet. So you actually don't need another version to like send stuff to yourself. I agree that there should be some way of allowing you to evolve trade things yourself, but they do make it possible to obtain everything in game. As in, like, you know, they do make a way around the trade evolutions. So a theory that the 7 King Salmonids represent the smoke and the 7 rings are brought up when the Sunken Scrolls Splatoon 2. 7 King Salmonoids, each to represent 7 King Salmonoids. So what, there's going to be various flavors of Kozuhuna then? Toadscruel does have a very, very, very good shiny. I agree. I agree, Lucas. But I understand why it is they lock it out. Because you gotta remember, the reason why there are version exclusives and the reason why there are trade evolutions is to encourage people to work together and like cooperate with each other. Kind of one of the underlying ideas of Pokemon was always to get people to cooperate and essentially play together and make friends. To kind of make it so you could evolve stuff solo that required originally, trait evolutions, kind of goes against that whole purpose. But I do agree, I would prefer ways of being able to evolve them solo. I would vastly prefer that, though. It's going pretty well, Owen, aside from Greninja being a shoe. Each of the king Salmonoids will probably work different. I mean, it'd be interesting. Just different bosses. That'd be fun. I'd like that. I'm not sure how long today's stream is actually going to be, because we already did stream a lot today. I did a lot of Salmon Run with Andreas earlier. I did a lot of actually Scarlet and Violet earlier today, helping Andreas with some raids. So I'm thinking tonight's is going to be a bit short, a bit on the short side. Hey Pixel, how you doing? But yeah, it's going okay. I'll send you the Sunken Scroll from 2. Okay. Yeah, I don't have Splatoon 2, so that would be something. I kind of want to get Splatoon 2, but also at this point, I kind of don't see the purpose in getting it. Because it's like, it's so long since it's been out, and I probably won't play it. I probably play the story, but even then. I have a link to an AI I'm using to create into Safari and tell the AI it makes. Interesting. Neat. Honestly, the stuff that people are doing with AI is kind of terrifying these days. But also, guys, again, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I am getting annoyed with this. I agree, Splatoon 3 is fantastic, Eric. I enjoy it. Splatoon 2, I have never played, though. Yeah, we were actually doing some Salmon Run earlier today, Eric. So if you enjoy Splatoon, I highly recommend you check out our Splatoon 3 Let's Play we've been doing. New updates of that are actually coming. There are going to be updates to Splatoon 3 series, the Let's Play, that will be resuming. I know many of you have been interested in that, as will Link to the Past series, as will Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. We will be continuing the uploads. They have not been abandoned. Yeah, I think we're probably going to only do like maybe 2 boxes of eggs, and then we're going to call it a night, because I am pretty exhausted. Because I've actually been up since about 5:30 in the morning, and it is 8, it's actually almost 9 o'clock right now. So I've been up for a very, very, very long time, and I'm going to go take a nap, likely after stream ends, after playing probably about a half hour of Salmon Run. Well, Salmon Run, Grisco Weapons only Salmon Run. Excited to see Rabasca got Cosmic Power as an egg moves, planning on making a bulk of Rabasca with Bible Blessing as a late support mon, bringing up a new Pokemon get Cosmic Power. Right on from all up. So I can't Mirror Herb it. Really? Rabasca, are you sure that nothing gets Cosmic Power? That's weird that they would do that. I generally go Luxury Ball, because Luxury Ball is my favorite Pokeball, Eric. All of my shinies, I always go for Luxury Ball, because it's just my favorite Pokeball. I love it. It is the best Pokeball. But I would say it's up to you. I mean, you get your choice of it. Though, if you do want to have, one of each, you can always make another account on the Switch and play it in another game. And then just trade it over yourself with using a friend. Oh, interesting, really. Most curious. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, Rabasca's like mostly used now as like Trick Room setting, and then like okay, it goes down in Revival Blessing. You don't save it for late in the game. Mostly down to it does have a very poor defensive typing. and you want to be able to because people will like focus onto it because that revival blessing late game can be a bit of a problem. So you can have it next to some Pokemon that really enjoys a setup, and then you can like Trick Room setup and then just do all kinds of shenanigans with it. Don't worry, Pixel. It's only got to wait a little bit, only about a month. It may not even be a month. I'm anticipating late March for the home compatibility, but we also just flat out don't know. They could make it earlier because they said it was going to be in spring of 2023, and for all we know, they could mean spring just means March. I have absolutely no idea what Cuphead is. We've been hit. Cannot speak right. We have been getting hit by a cold snap lately, so my lips just drying out like crazy. Like that is the worst thing about actually like recording and streaming, is your lips will get dried out extremely quickly. Yeah, they said many months ago that home compatibility was coming in March of 2023. The reason I'm anticipating it's going to be late. Yes, this is Pi. The funny thing is, it's the Pi symbol, but if you look very closely, which the webcam doesn't show, it actually shows the Pi symbol constructed out of the digits that comprise the number pi. I'm a bit of a math. I enjoyed math in college and high school, so it was like a perfect shirt for me. I have never played Dark Souls, and I have no intention of playing Dark Souls ever. So that makes up that that basically makes that statement over and done with. But yeah, Greninja's been a bit of a shoe when it comes to our shiny hunting it. It was the first of our Scarlet Violet Masuda hunts to go over odds. And then it went over double odds. And now, our second Froakie has gone over odds. So, my vendetta against the family only continues to grow. Mudkip, I will play Tears of the Kingdom Master Mode blind before I play Dark Souls. I would honestly play a Legend of Zelda game blind on Master Mode before I play Dark Souls. Like that's it. That's all. That just end of discussion right there. End. It's gonna be interesting to see what we're doing. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. But yeah, I think we're gonna be ending after this box of eggs. But yeah, that's the only thing that's good at school. I was good at a lot of the stuff in school, aside from like freaking stupid English class. Tim's on Twitch? Did not realize that. Iron Bundle is obnoxious, and it is terrifying. And also, I love the fact that this Delibird-shaped thing is actually a horror show competitively. I have no idea what Bloodborne is. You guys are saying all these games that just go right over my head. Like, I have never played a Mario game. You expect me to know a thing about any of these games? Though I have actually wanted to play God of War at some point. The God of War... Like God of War 4, and then like God of War Ragnarok. I kind of want to play those at some point. Remember I got Frigabax, was really disappointed by Arcabax, and then Gal was better, but didn't satisfy me. Well, the ones that grew on me, and I love it now. I love Baxcalibur. Like, Baxcalibur is ice flavor Godzilla. I love it. I mean, I love my Godzilla stuff. So, like, it's great. It is delightful. Hello, Pokemon Ranger Blaze. English is not as hard as French. I mean, I actually took French in school. I actually did relatively well in it, despite not knowing a damn thing. Like, I basically BS'd my way through my French class in, like, middle and high school. I remember nothing about that language, other than, like, maybe a few words. And even then, I don't remember how to conjugate the verbs correctly. Wish Shiny Hunting was a bit better, but it won't stop me from hunting it. I actually really like the Shiny. I like that it... I mean, I'm known for liking small changes to Shinies. Like, I really love Zapdos' Shiny. I really love Shiny Magnezone. And I actually really, really like Shiny Baxcalibur. Mostly because of little hand things. I like the purple. What Garganackle? Yeah. I mean, the other thing is, unless you learn another language very, 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 very early on in your life, unless you are that dedicated, it will not stick with you. Your brain just does not form that level of understanding. You know, when you're learning another language in something like high school, unless you are constantly and aggressively, you know, maintaining that, it will go away because your brain is pretty much fully formed and you're not really going to be able to retain information like that. High school got harder. French in the USA. There's a code for... Really? Interesting. I'll have to go look up that on Cerebi. I will do that after stream. Thank you very much for that, Ranger Plays. I did not know that, and thank you very much for that assist. I'm in French high school. Yikes. Yeah, school is something I am glad I will never have to go back to. Graduated college, and I am done with school. Forever. It is done. Finito. That's why language classes should be elementary school stuff, too late school. I mean, the reason why I think they don't do it in elementary school is they don't want to confuse students. Because, like, if you're a kid and you're learning two different languages simultaneously within, you know, if they're using one language to teach you another language, you're not really going to be able to retain either well. So it makes sense, but, I mean, just teaching other languages to students is just not... Like, teaching students a second language, unless that student isn't going to, like, use it later on, it's not going to help them. Like, they will not retain it. You know, it's the same thing as electives in college. They serve no purpose. They serve zero functionality. They suck. It's like, yes, let me take, you know, force me to take like 4 extra classes that contribute nothing to my degree, that just distract me and consume, you know, 6 hours of my week that I could be spending on actual important classes. You know, I could theoretically graduate half a semester earlier if I didn't have to take these stupid classes. But nope, they make us take it anyway. Because reasons! Delete all of the Froakie. Honestly, if this controller's A button does not freaking give out at some point in the future, soon, I'm honestly going to be surprised. Because this controller has been put to the frickin' ringer. And it still keeps on... I mean, it still works, but there's definitely a few malfunctions, like with the joystick. You know, the joystick doesn't work 100% correctly. Like, I can push this joystick up a little bit, and it will send me walking backwards. See? Now, back off a little bit. Like, I can be pushing the joystick up, and it will send me walking backwards. The controller is bonked. Oh, okay. First champion. Okay, so it was one of the VGC champion ones. That makes sense. Low kicks. What's the easiest way to hunt nimble or low kicks? I would say straight to low kicks. And I go to the bamboo forest. That's where we got ours. Where you get Bisharp and Poniard family. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, screw off, freaking... You want... Okay, you want to die, Salazar? You want to die? Go away. Burn. Or I'll get blasted by sound. I will DM you that, Mudkip. Lokic is terrifying competitively. I would go Bug. Because if you go Dark, you get the whole Poniard family spawn interfering. Yeah, I'd say it's generally best if you go for the Bug sandwich. We still need to Shiny Hunt Nimble at some point. They're talking about Shiny Hunting Low Kicks, not the Poniard Bisharp family. I mean, it also gets a terrifying ability. Freaking Tinted Lens is terrifying. Because it means that any move that is resisted has its power increased. It doubles the power of a resisted move. So that means you can use, like, a Bug move on a fighting type and it deals full damage. Which is really, really good when you have, like, Lunge. You know, Lunge, a move that will always drop physical attack and has, like, 80 base power. It's pretty terrifying. One of the reasons why, like, Venomoth is kind of really, really, really good, and you don't think it would be good, but it's terrifyingly effective. Because, like, it can actually do a lot of work. Hey, Ash, how you doing? How is Ash? Dive Ball, Horseradishes, Fresh Waters. Ugh. Nothing useful! Sharp should have an ability where it gets boosted damage when attacking opponents. Diagonal from itself. Yeah, I believe you've already used that joke before, Caleb. I believe you've used that one already. It's a clever idea. The thing is, it'd be kind of hard to do. It'd just be a very hard thing to actually make. Delete all of the non-shiny frog. Okay. The weeb frog refuses to sparkle for us. Dumb weeb frog. You think it's possible to be lucky enough to get Herba and the bids? I don't think that there is. I don't think you can get Herba Mystica from these. There's very specific items you can get from them. You can get, I believe, most types of ingredients, aside from Herba Mystica. You can get any type of Pokeball, like a Master Ball. And you can get, like, evolution items. But you do not get Herba Mystica. Testing Garganacl RN. Joe Stalling is crazy good. Garganacl is just a great Pokemon in general. It's terrifyingly good, and I love it. Welcome back, Stephanie Beckman. No, Detect is not any different. The only slight difference between Detect and Protect is less Pokemon learn Detect, which means that the Imprison strategies do not work as well. Generally, in competitive, people will run Detect over Protect if the Pokemon learns it, specifically because of the Detect shenanigans. No, you cannot get Master Balls, Lucas. I mentioned that. The only game you can ever find a secondary Master Ball in randomly is Let's Go. Because if you go to Cerulean Cave, there is a rare chance when you go to, like, the top floor that the items that spawn on the ground will have a Master Ball. I've had it happen to me twice. Both of which were on recording. But I think one of them... I think only one of those actually made it into the final recording. But yes, it is possible to get more Master Balls in Let's Go. But in Sword and Shield, you are given a second Master Ball. After you do the Crown Tundra storyline things, you get another one. Like, Peony gives you a second one. Like, I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's stupidly rare, but I've had it happen twice. I've had, like, the cluster... Yeah, that's not a real one. That is one that people hack. That is a hacked Master Ball. Froakie, you're going to be juiced down and sent to the Shadow Realm for not sparkling. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't ever use them in Let's Go. That's kind of the fun thing about the Master Ball. With the removal of... with the removal of roaming legendaries, I never use my Master Ball. Because, like, that was the only thing I would ever use them on, was just to save my sanity. And then they removed roaming legendaries. So it's like, why would I ever go and use a Master Ball when I don't need to? I mean, I like the Pokeball style. I will thematically apply a Pokeball to a Pokemon because I just think it's better to flex. It's better to flex on that way. Yeah, I'm trying to use the Master Ball on. Fair enough. Yeah, the only time I think I would ever use my Master Ball on a Pokemon is if I am hunting something like Arceus in BDSP, which we will be doing. We will be shiny hunting Arceus in BDSP. I do not know when, but I know that we will. And if it comes down to the wire, because you guys know, I love me my freaking luxury ball shinies. I will make an exception for Arceus because I can't use it in VGC. So I can't flex. But I will attempt to get in the luxury ball. Braidstar! Thank you, Braidstar! Shiny Mochis episodes aren't good enough. Fair enough. But thank you very much for that, Braidstar. Can we get a round of applause for the Braidstar, King Braidstar? We moved over to different software. So the whole sub box, alert box thing is not showing up right now. It's kind of wonky and it doesn't like to work. I will try to get that fixed before. But thank you very much, Braidstar. I'm very glad that you enjoyed the interview. There are going to be many battles of, like, the Braidstar. Send me a DM on Discord. I'm going to send you, like, the team preparation sheets that I have been working on for my first battle. Like, just to show you the kind of shenanigans I've been getting up to behind the scenes. Actually, I can show a little bit of it right now. Like, this, for one of the battle, this is for a single battle. This is an entire page, full, top to bottom, of every single like damage calculation team layout plan I have. And then on the next page is literally the damage table, which is literally to allow me to scout the potential EV spreads of what they are running so I can be more strategically planning. Braidstar! Oh my god, you don't need to do this, Braidstar. Thank you. This is why we love you, Braidstar. Thank you very much for that. Can we please get a round of applause for Braidstar, the true legend of today? We will be able to battle another time, dude. We are actually going to be kind of winding down stream right now. This is the last batch of 5 eggs, but we will be doing battle streams in the future. So, stay tuned for those. We will be doing those. But this is why we love King Braid. I tried to swerve to avoid the Hariyama, and I ran into the Gavite. I mean... and I ran into the Hariyama anyway. Feel the shiny today. It was a Finizen while battling a different shiny Finizen. It was a shiny Finizen. I was battling a different shiny Finizen, but didn't mind too much since it would have been my 6th shiny Finizen. Freaking heck. Why do you have so many Finizen shinies? Yeah, I'm also looking forward to March. I'm very much looking forward to it. But, as was said by a very famous person, hey, welcome in. No need to be sorry, Aiden. No need to be sorry. How are you doing? Welcome in. It's fine. Nightbot just gets a bit overzealous when it comes to things, when people use reactions. Nightbot needs to be bonked, because it does not like to actually do things correctly. Well, you have found 6 female shiny Finizen? I don't really do singles. I do predominantly doubles. Maxis went from double battles, light up singles knives. That is just the EBL. Whenever I'm battling otherwise, I will do almost exclusively doubles. The main reason why is I just enjoy doubles more. There's a lot more shenanigans that you can do with it. The worst is when you run into 6+ battles in a row. Battles plus in a row. Yeah, that's happened to me. That's the reason I hate Veluza. Which is why I'm super happy we already have Veluza's shiny. Oh, the 6th one is the one that escaped. Fair enough. Froakie is going croaky. And okay, there's 3 more. But yeah, overall, this is an EBL. No, the EBL is not Smogon. The EBL is not Smogon. Singles is basically talks back to the things strong about with Revenge Killer. The thing is, the singles that we are doing with the EBL is a draft league. Veluza is a great shiny. I love shiny Veluza. Yeah, the EBL is a draft league. So basically, say, in my draft league, in my EBL team, I picked, like, Dialga, I picked Gastrodon, Kartana, Hatterene, and a few other, Gigalith. So basically, I can only use the Pokemon I picked, and no one else can pick those. So, like, I am the only one in the league who is allowed to use a Dialga. I am the only one in the league that is allowed to use a Kartana. Landon is the only person in the league allowed to use a Salamence, or allowed to use a Zacian, because he picked those. Doorman is the only one allowed to use Galarian Darmanitan, because he picked Galarian Darmanitan. That's the way that this works. Like, only one person gets it. The reason why people hate on Veluza, Aiden, is when you are in water and you're trying to, like, just do like either shiny hunts in the water or you're trying to just move around the water to look for Pokemon, Veluza will rocket over to you and basically interrupt you mid, whatever you're doing, and it basically just causes people to get in battle after battle after battle after battle, and it does get quite annoying for players, which is one of the reasons why people don't like it. I don't mind it because I just stay out of the water. I have a more personal vendetta against Tauros than it. Yeah, he got Zacian. He drafted Zacian on his team. But remember, no held items. So it cannot have the Rusted Sword. So this is just like a base Zacian. Veluza Psychic type 2, IDK, what was... A lot of people I know thought it was like part Steel. I know some people thought it was like part Psychic, but yeah, it is Psychic. It is Psychic Water. Amanda, would you try and get Feebas and Sword and Shield by fishing? No! No, I am doing Feebas by eggs. The funny thing is, I actually have a shiny Feebas hunt planned. That's gonna be one of our future hunts. And just for the heck of it, we're gonna go do 5 more eggs, just for the kick in the shins. But yeah, no, I would not do Feebas by fishing. The main reason for that is I like the Pokeball style, and you can't do that as easily when it comes to Overworld Hunts. What happened if the shiny Veluza was chasing? If the shiny Veluza was chasing you, shining. You got him on from AG. You got Machamp and Pete. Yeah, Caleb. The tiering for this, there's no tiering. Each is literally every Pokemon. You also have to remember when it comes to something like Smogon is rated on the usage in the ladder. Also does factor in things such as items. The EBL does not use items, as well as it is a draft league, meaning you can see exactly what Pokemon your opponent has, so you can go and like specifically prepare for it. You also have a team of 9 Pokemon you can pick from, so that way you can pick, okay, what's the most advantageous one to have in like every single matchup. The other thing to remember about things like Smogon's tiers, a lot of those Pokemon are a lot closer in performance than you'd really think. If you say, knocked off something like Garchomp from, say, competitive consideration, like Landorus would kind of just start doing basically the same things. Then like you knocked off that, there's something else that would just take the place. You'd have to knock off like 4 or 5 Pokemon in order to get down to meaningful, significant differences, like Flygon and Mamoswine, where you're sacrificing a lot of power or a lot of speed. Which is one of the reasons why like I really don't think highly of Smogon, is that a lot of those Pokemon are very, very close in terms of how they can perform. Like, even Garchomp and Flygon, the performance gap isn't that big. It's why when Sword and Shield came out, like, all the Flygon stands rejoiced, because Flygon was able to put in serious work when it came to just anything in Sword and Shield, because it was a fast Earthquake user, when the other fast Earthquake user just simply didn't exist. What do you think is better, BGC, Garchomp? I always say Landorus. Landorus Therian. Specifically Landorus Therian. The reason for that is more dynamic plays. Landorus Therian specifically, is just a vastly more dynamic Pokemon in that you can use it for many, many functions. You can use it for Intimidate, you can use it for pivoting, you can use it for spread damage, you can use it for, even just various forms of attack. But Garchomp is more of just brute aggressive power and physical anti-pressure. I got 2 shiny Magikarp, 1 shiny Chewtle without the Shining Charm in Feebas fishing. Had 50 Feebas encounters. Yikes. Yeah, I'm probably never going to do, like, SOS fishing for that Flygon and some tools that Garchomp would kill. Yeah, but the other thing is, Garchomp's got a number of things Flygon would just as easily kill for. Better speed, better attack, and better bulk of the big ones. Like, Flygon's got freaking Levitate. Like, Levitate is great. Like, that is one thing that Flygon has that Garchomp, I think, will never be able to match. But it is also worth remembering, even though Flygon does have some good kits, Garchomp is just that strong of an option. It is just simply that strong. Alright, so we are going to go on a raid. Who are we going to raid? Alright. You know, we have not raided Horsey in a long time. So let's go raid Horsey Games. Docs, chat. There we go. Raid. We're gonna go raid Horsey Games. I will see you guys next time. Let's rock and roll. This was fun. I will see you guys next time. Have a wonderful night. And the Shiny compilation will be edited together, and that will be posted next week. So stay tuned for that, everyone. Mudkip, get ready for Splatoon.